This conference will now be recorded.
Once again, thanks for joining this session. So we'll get started. Okay, so this course is going to be on the crash course for monitoring, mainly focusing on the end user experience monitoring. Okay, so today what we do is I'll just give an introduction about the session, and then we'll talk about what are all topics we're going to cover in the crash course, the schedule of that, and then if you have any questions, we can also discuss on that. Okay, so just a quick introduction about the course, right? So this we have been pretty much everyone probably who have joined this call. I assume that most of us are performance testers or a performance lead, or maybe even a functional testers or a functional managers, right? So pretty much in our current job, we might be doing all the scripting, load runner or JMeter, non-functional requirements, doing a load testing, and all the various testing kind of performance executions, right? And analysis and reporting. So pretty much that would be our role, maybe an end-to-end completely doing everything, or we might be doing just the execution and scripting. So it depends upon our the role and responsibility, whatever we are having it today. So if you wanted to upskill ourselves to the next level, right? If you wanted to add the other niche skills into our skill set, there are a lot of other options available where you can um, uh, from a performance tester, you can probably scale up to a different roles. You can be an SDET, you can be an site reliability engineer, you can be a performance engineer, right? And also there are other technology oriented learning for a cloud or resiliency or DevOps. But the one which this crash course is planned, right? Very specifically focusing on few very important skills that will cut across the engineering or the site reliability engineering, right? And one is more from a niche skills, whatever we are going to cover. Plus, all these things are pretty much very easy and quick wins. Okay, it's not going to be very complicated like or very advanced like your performance engineering skill set itself, right? Where you wanted to tune your JVM or benchmark your JVM, capacity analysis, garbage collection. All these things are, yes, you would need a lot of time. You have to spend a lot of time to understand, learn, and practice. But the one which we are planning to cover in the crash course are those are definitely a niche skills which will add value to our resume. Plus, all these things are more easy and easy to learn, easy to practice, easy to implement as well. Okay, so that is what we are going to focus on this crash course. Okay, so in the crash course, what we are going to cover, right? So we mean, as I said, we have been pretty much doing all this load testing, scripting, everything, but more from the monitoring. When I say monitoring, so we used to do load testing or performance testing in the performance environment, right? So there are two environments. One is going to be a performance environment, and second is going to be your production environment, right? And we do certain things in performance environment, and we do certain things in production environment when it comes to monitoring. Okay, so from my end user experience, apart from your regular load testing, I'm saying, right, that the regular load testing we used to do with JMeter or load runner, that is something a business as usual. On top of that, so we are going to look into the client side monitoring. I would say client side profiling or client side engineering. That is going to be one which is applicable for your performance environment. And then we are going to look into the server side monitoring. So we will look into the AppDynamics right from configuring your Java application with AppDynamics, with a real-time application, configuring your AppDynamics agent, and then running a small test, and then how to use AppDynamics from a monitoring, diagnostics, and configuration perspective. So we'll look into the server-side monitoring, and then extension of client-side monitoring. We will look into the synthetic monitoring using Dynatrace. That is more from a production perspective, measuring the availability, measuring the response time 24/7 from production service. Right, that is something we are going to look into it. And then we are going to look into the one of the open source infra monitoring. So we used to look into the Puffmon or your VMstat top commands for Linux, right? Instead of that, how can we automate that infra monitoring? For that, we are going to learn the open source tool stack of InfluxDB, Telegraph, and Grafana. So three different monitoring, one from a client-side monitoring, client-side profiling, and client-side engineering. Second is you're going to be your AppDynamics. Third is going to be your synthetic monitoring using Dynatrace, one agent. And fourth is going to be one of the open source stack called InfluxDB and Grafana. I'll probably explain it in detail of what we are exactly going to do it in each of these topics. Before that, let me probably this is the way we are going to organize our session, right? It's a 5-hour course. So you might think there are a lot of things we are trying to cover, but we will make in such a way that in those 5 hours, how can we um, learn these specific to the end user experience, all the aspect that is more than enough for us to apply in our regular job. Okay, so the session one, if you look into it, it is, I won't even say it is a monitoring, it is more than monitoring, it is more of a client side engineering. Client side profiling is what we are going to look into it. We are going to learn about couple of important APIs, JavaScript APIs that is available in the browser, navigation APIs, resource timing APIs, paint timing APIs. We are going to look into the couple of important metrics which we are going to look into client side performance, how to get it, how to approach the client side performance. We are going to look into a couple of main optimization techniques, how to improve your page, what are the various recommendations we can give it in terms of compression, in terms of minification of JavaScripts. So more than client side monitoring, it is client side profiling, client side analysis, client side engineering is what we will look into it in the session one. And then we'll also, as an extension of that, how are we going to use a similar concept in production and validating your application 24/7 using the Dynatrace synthetic monitor. So we'll go and create few scripts, we'll go and configure it, we'll go and monitor it. And then session two, pretty much will be covering the AppDynamics part for the server-side monitoring, right from the agent configuration, a Java agent configuration with your real-time Java application, and then running small test, and then monitoring your server-side performance using AppDynamics is what we will look into it. Just not monitoring again, we'll also look into how we can use AppDynamics to diagnose the problem, how to determine the root cause of the problem, right? All these things we will look into from a AppDynamics perspective. And then Telegraph, Influx, and Grafana from open source infra level monitoring. And we'll also will touch upon the device level for the mobile apps, right? We'll discuss about what are the various parameters we will look into it when it comes to native apps, like mobile native apps which you install from the Play Store. What is the approach for that? Okay, so all these sessions, the client side profiling or your Dynatrace synthetic monitoring, AppDynamics, Telegraph, all these things are going to be I would say 95% of practical, 5% would be theory. So everything is going to be a practical oriented against a sample application, against all these tools, direct tools. So everything is going to be everything is going to be practical in those 5 hours. Only the last part, the mobile app device level analysis, we will provide an introduction about the concepts alone, but pretty much everything else is going to be practical. Okay, so let me talk about what exactly we are going to look into it, right? When it comes to client side monitoring, um, uh, end user experience, right? So when doing a load testing, we pretty much concentrate on your server side performance. Your load runner will give metrics, JMeter will give metrics, but it won't give you the actual experience what you and me will get it when you open the browser, launch the Amazon.com, and then it could be 7 seconds, 8 seconds. Page size could be 8 MB, 9 MB. How the performance will be with cache, without cache, under different bandwidth, how it is going to perform. All these things you will not be able to determine when you're going to do a load testing. Yes, load testing is important because we need to make sure server is performing good, but from an end user experience, it is very important to evaluate your page performance with cache, without cache, and then how can I go and provide some important recommendations to improve your page performance. How do I go and approach this client side profiling tools that are available by the your web consortium, right? They have made sure that every browser has to go through some implement some of the important APIs so that the users can validate the performance. Those are navigation API, resource timing API, paint timing APIs are from your Chrome itself, right? So those things we will look into it, how to test, how to validate, how to analyze, and then how to provide recommendation. Okay, and then as I said, for more from the AppDynamics perspective, I have a sample application running in my laptop, a Java application called e-library application. So that will be used for the configuring the your AppDynamics agent. If you look into this, this is the Tomcat where this application is running. If you see here, so this is connected with AppDynamics now, which is sending data from my JVM Tomcat to the AppDynamics server. If you see here, started AppDynamics Java agent successfully. So this Tomcat, where my e-library application is running. So this is configured there, and I was just running a small load test. In fact, it is still running, I guess. It's stopped, and the data from your the Tomcat goes to the um, AppDynamics server, and then let me quickly show you the AppDynamics as well. Yeah, so the last 15-20 minutes, if you see, so we will look into how to configure the Java agent, AppDynamics agent with the Tomcat. That is one part we will look into it, and then second is going to be more of from AppDynamics. Once it is up and running, how are we going to go and configure the thresholds, configure the rules, how to go and look into the your application performance, how to diagnose the data. See if there are a problem, it says health rule violation started. There's a violation in a particular business transaction. What are those business transactions? How can I go and troubleshoot the response time? How can I monitor the database calls? How to go and look into the JVM metrics, the garbage collection details, the memory, CPU, all these detail we will be able to monitor and then diagnose the data. We'll also have a use case where there will be a response time problem, and using AppDynamics, how are we going to troubleshoot the response time problem and find out the root cause. So all these things practically we will be looking into it. And similarly for your synthetic monitoring using Dynatrace, again, this is just an the recorded video I'm showing it here, but during the session we'll have a real tool where we will go and create these synthetic scripts, whatever we are seeing it here, right? Flipkart.com, and then Amazon.com. We'll go and create scripts using Dynatrace recorder, and then we'll go and create synthetic scripts which will be configured against multiple geolocations, like what you see here, right? It is running against Mumbai, Dubai, Singapore. We'll look into the availability. We'll look into the response time, how to configure these scripts, how to configure the scenarios, what are the various aspects we will look into when it comes to synthetic monitoring. All these things practically we will be looking into it. And similarly for I was talking about InfluxDB and the chronograph or Grafana, right? So we'll be using InfluxDB Telegraph. We'll try to understand how to install it, how to configure it, how to set up dashboards, and how to start those Telegraph agents. So whatever we have been doing it with Perfmon, right? Or VM stats or your top commands. So for all these things, how can we create configuration files in Telegraph so that we can automate those infra level monitoring? For during a load testing, we don't need to log into each individual server missions or load generator missions to monitor those CPU, those memory. So all whatever you monitor here, we can configure in the Telegraph so that it will get pushed into Influx database, and we can monitor those in the Grafana kind of dashboards. So those as well, we will be looking into it practically during the session. Okay. The pretty much we'll spend most of the first day session in client side performance, because that is more from a engineering perspective. So I'll just show you what we are going to look into from a client side perspective. So we'll start with how are we going to approach the client side testing from a top to bottom approach. So we'll spend at least I would say 1.5 hours easily from a client side profiling perspective, because that is a very important topic. It's just not monitoring, it is more into profiling itself, right? How are we going to test as a first time user, repeated user, the paint APIs, the navigation APIs? We are going to go and capture these metrics from a developer tool by running those JavaScripts, running those navigation APIs. And then we look into a couple of important optimization, resource compression, minification of JavaScripts, so that we can just not monitor, just not test, we can also go and provide a recommendation to the developer, right? So that is what a comprehensive client side profiling we are going to look into it, followed by synthetic monitoring using the Dynatrace one agent, and then your Telegraph Influx Grafana, and then AppDynamics for the server side monitoring. And again, when I say monitoring for AppDynamics, I say just not monitoring, right? From configuring the Java agent with AppDynamics, and then running a small test, monitoring your critical metrics, and then also more from an engineering perspective, we'll look into how to go and troubleshoot the response time problem using the AppDynamics. Okay, so that is the plan for the crash course. Yeah, it is a 5 hours crash course. We'll try to cover all these topics so that you will be able to grasp these things, and then you can practice all these tools pretty much in either open source, or they allow you to install it a trial version. Say AppDynamics is completely free, you can use it for 1 year 2 year monitoring one of the JVM, so which means you can install it in your laptop. We'll also have a sample Java application which will be shared through a Google Drive. You can use it. All the scripts that we will create, or whatever artifacts we have, it will be uploaded to the Google Drive, to which you will get an access. Pretty much you can use the synthetic monitoring of Dynatrace trial version for practicing it. And then AppDynamics, you can use it. Telegraph Influx, you can install it. It's open source. So whatever we learn, you would be able to practice it and apply it in your project. So that is the intention of 5-hour crash course, fast tracking these learnings. So just a Saturday and Sunday, you can come over, listen, learn, practice, and all these things are very, very niche skills when it comes to performance testing domain. Okay, so I'll just take a pause here. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat, or if you have any questions, you can also unmute and ask your questions.
Hi, this is Chetan. Do we have synthetic monitoring capability in AppDynamics rather than Dynatrace? Because it's very difficult to have two different application monitoring tools at one place. So just want to understand that a little.
Okay, so the concept here is, okay, the tools. There are a lot of tools. You have New Relic, you have Dynatrace, you have AppDynamics, Rigor. There are n number of tools when it comes to both application performance monitoring, also your synthetic monitoring. Okay, the idea is to not get expert on any of the tools, because these things are going to change. You move from one project to another project, tool will change. One company to another company, the tools will change, right? And the concepts are very important. What you're going to look for in a tool, be it as AppDynamics or Dynatrace, what is that I'm going to look for when it comes to application performance monitoring? I need to monitor my CPU, memory, thread, JVM metrics. I need to troubleshoot my response time. I need to diagnose my problem. I should be able to go and create some event and alerts. These are the functionalities of any APM tool, be it is Dynatrace, New Relic, or AppDynamics. So as a performance tester or an engineer, we should not worry about the tool, but you should know what I should look for, so that it is going to be just easy for you to pick any tool. And same with synthetic monitoring. Any synthetic monitoring tool, if you take, it should have these things. We should be able to go and create scripts or configure the URL, schedule it for 24/7 against various locations, run it, monitor it, and then analyze it. Okay, and create alerts and events. Just the UI is going to change, just the options are going to change, right? The intention of this course is to introduce you to different tool set. We're not going to get expertise on any tool, that is not required at all, because JMeter or load runner, take an example of JMeter or load runner. If you're working in a load runner, first time when you're going to learn a load runner, maybe it would have taken 3 months, 6 months. But now when you're going to move from a load runner to new load or JMeter, okay, you will not worry about what is parameterization, what is correlation, what is error handling. Just that they will have different syntax. Okay, so the objective of having these different tools in the course is to give that introduction, give that knowledge of what are all various tools available, but go in depth into the concepts. You don't need to worry about, just forget about the main name AppDynamics, just forget about the name Dynatrace. But what we will be looking into synthetic monitoring, how do we go and create scripts, what all configuration we have to do it. In the APM tool, what are all different diagnostics we have to do it, different monitoring will be doing it, how to configure the agent. So that is the crux of the course.
Satish, I got your point, but what I'm trying to highlight here, that one of the tool you are going to use for application monitoring, at the same time you are going to use another tool for synthetic monitoring. Okay, so what I'm just trying to understand whether AppDynamics has the similar capability of doing synthetic monitoring, or
both
it doesn't.
AppDynamics, both the features. AppDynamics can do synthetic monitoring, can do real user monitoring, can do APM, application performance monitoring. Dynatrace, those are top two performance monitoring tool. Both have all the capabilities and they compete with each other. Yes.
Okay, thanks for addressing that query.
Yeah.
Myself, Sudhir. As part of this course, like infrastructure and network analysis been covered in this?
So whatever that is shown in the schedule, right? So infrastructure and network analysis, it is not covered here. Uh, um, uh, Infrastructure monitoring, yes. When we wanted to monitor the infra, monitor your OS level metrics, your CPU, your memory, your network bandwidths, all these things, whatever you get it from Perfmon, that is what we will try to automate it using the Telegraph Inflex. I would say that is one part of infra monitoring, but when you talk about infra network analysis, here it is not covered. In this course, the infra network analysis is not covered, but more from a monitoring perspective, infra monitoring is covered.
Okay, got it. Like my next question, what is the exact duration of this and when we are going to start this?
Okay, so this is going to be done exactly the same, not exactly the same time, next Saturday and Sunday, 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST on Saturday, and the same time on the next day. So it is going to be 2 days, Saturday and Sunday next week.
Okay, it's like a weekend course, only 2 days.
It's a 5-hour course. It's a crash course, and it's on Saturday and Sunday.
Got it. Thank you.
If we join PE course or Isha Technologies, this crash course is recommended to join or not required?
So you're saying you already joined?
No. From Monday onwards, new batch started in PE. I think so.
Okay.
If PE course, that I mean, if I join that PE course, this crash course is required to mandatory or not required? That is my question. Both are, yeah.
See, there are a few things which will not be covered there for sure. But you can probably, you can, if you are already joined the PE course. And,
Not joined. I will not joined. Maybe I will try to join next week.
Okay. See, again, engineering is a very vast topic, right? And it will have a lot of things. It is going to have 1 month, 1.5 month duration, and so the course content, course fee, course duration, it's all different because it's an advanced one. It depends upon what you wanted to learn as your next step. If you wanted to be a performance engineer, we have a performance engineering course, so that which means that you can join it. If you wanted to just go over the few skill sets, this is going to be a good option. But if you're going to join that engineering course, I would say you can skip it. If at all you're going to join that engineering course, there are a couple of engineering course that is taken by Isha. That is one which is starting next week. I have my engineering. I also conduct the engineering sessions that will start in the month of June first week. So if you're going to join any of those engineering courses, you can skip this, is what my advice would be, because there will be some overlap for sure. And it will be too much for you to learn something here, a lot of things there. So you can take it one at a time. So if at all you're going to go join the engineering course, at least you can park this for now. Maybe once you complete the engineering course, then you will get a hold of whether it is required or not. For you can judge yourself. So I would say hold on.
Yeah. Thanks for your genuine response. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dashboard creation. Yes, we will go and create the dashboards in Grafana for the infra monitoring. Yes, you will. It will be covered there. So we'll look into the Telegraph configuration, and then the InfluxDB, and then the dashboard creation in Grafana for infra level monitoring.
As part of this course, will you going to be explain like how to configure all these tools, right?
Correct. Yes. All the things that are required for you to use it, it will be covered in the session. See, it is AppDynamics. Yes. Configuration, agent configuration with the Java application, and then setting up the AppDynamics, that is will be covered. Similarly with Telegraph and InfluxDB. Similarly for Dynatrace, synthetic monitoring. Yes, pretty much everything would be covered right from the beginning.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, fine guys. So this is we have 1 week from now. So if you have any questions, any clarification that is required, you can just ping in the WhatsApp group or message me. And if anything related to the course fees or regarding the course, you can also reach out to Kumar sir. We will be able to provide you the required information. Okay. So thanks guys. Thanks a lot for taking your time over the weekend, and have a nice week, and then be safe. Take care. We'll meet you next week.
Thanks, Satish. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Satish, for your time.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Bye bye.